Hello there. Welcome to another episode of the Investors podcast by Africa Prudential PLC. My name is 𝗬𝗵𝗁, and on previous episodes, we talked about what unclaimed dividends are and the journey of the dividends from the company to the investors. On this episode, we demystify the reason why dividends go missing and how you can claim what is rightfully yours as a shareholder. On this episode, we have a very special guest in our midst. She is the Reconciliation and Verification Officer at Africa Prudential PLC, Mumeenat Olabamiji. Welcome to the show.
Thank you,
How are
Cynthia.
you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about
Welcome.
you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Okay, so with your experience in the capital market, I'm sure you'll be able to really give us a deep dive into the topic that we have today.
I'll try my best.
Okay, so we're starting with understanding why dividends go missing. So, what are those obstacles that actually cause dividends to be unclaimed?
Okay, so when a dividend is declared, there are a lot of processes during for at the point of dividend declaration to the point at which registrar pays their shareholder, right?
All right.
So there are some obstacles that could lead to non payment of dividend. So one of the key obstacle is when we don't have bank details of shareholders, that is if they are here to fill their e-dividend mandate form. So because there is no how we are going to pay your dividend if you don't
Right.
have your
Without a
details
bank
right
detail. Yeah,
exactly
correct.
on our database. So another one is, although when some shareholders are trying, some might try to fill this and it will go successfully. However, there are some that they might experience some technical
Glitch.
glitch.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So in that case, we'll advise them to visit the registrar. So another one is when we have incorrect shareholders details, maybe as a result of we have correct bank no ba- bank
Bank name.
bank name and incorrect bank account. For
Okay.
example, we have Union Bank accounts, we have First Bank name, so you don't expect that kind of payment to go
It will
through.
definitely fail.
Exactly. So another one is in, as a result of incorrect bank details. Another one is name mismatch. Name
Okay.
mismatch can come in various forms. One is as a result of marriage, maybe
Okay.
for female. Maybe you bought the shares in your maiden name, and now you are married. So definitely there'll be a name
Change
mismatch.
of name. Yeah.
Exactly. Another one is maybe you change your name as a result of religion. Maybe you're bearing 𝗪𝗪𝗿 before.
Right.
Exactly. So now you want to bear 𝗪𝗪𝗿, things like that.
Oh,
So another
yes.
one is as a result of maybe pseudo names. Maybe you bought, in the past when they buy shares, they bought shares in different names, even the one that is not their government name. So
Okay.
so they bought shares in different names. So they will need to do like a change of name with us before, so that this name can align with what we have. The name on our database can
Can
align
align with
with
what the bank
what
has.
exactly,
Okay.
so that the payment can
So
go through.
basically, update of bank details
Exactly.
and where you have changed your name for whatever reason, it could be
Exactly.
marriage, religion. It's important to update the information with the registrars.
Exactly.
Okay, right. So I'm sure that there are also technical barriers, like anything that could be a glitch, maybe it could be BVN or glitch with the payment platform that could actually hinder the dividends from getting to the shareholder. So what are these likely technical barriers?
Okay, so just like you said, there are some technical barriers that could hinder dividend to bounce back when it is being pushed to the
Right. Hmm.
here via names. So one of the technical glitch that could cause dividend to bounce back is maybe um a closed bank account. When a dividend is being pushed, data validation is done
Hmm.
at the registrar end. However, there is no way we can know that an account is dormant with us unless we push the payment to the bank.
Hmm.
It is until the bank give us like payment report, that is when we know, okay, this account is dormant,
Dormant.
it's
Yeah.
closed already. That is when we reach out to the shareholder,
Okay.
right? But another one is,
BVN.
so BVN does not really affect.
Okay.
Yeah, doesn't really
Yeah,
affect
because we could still tie it to the name
the name. Exactly. So
disparity
what is
issue.
important is
Hmm.
your account name tallies with your account
Account
number
number,
and tallies with your
bank
bank
name.
name.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
Exactly.
So just the payment platform and where it goes when the transaction fails, there's a communication that is sent to the shareholder to say, we tried making this payment
Exactly.
and it failed.
Exactly.
Right.
And name mismatch can also make dividend payments bounce. Although we'll definitely do our data validation at the beginning.
Okay.
But in a case whereby maybe it was being pushed, it will still bounce back because we have different shareholders' name.
Okay.
Share you get?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Name disparity.
Yeah, name
So I think
disparity.
the interesting thing is that with all of this, whatever the case may be, there is usually a communication that is being sent out to
Exactly.
inform
The
the
shareholder.
shareholders. So, what are the responsibilities of the stakeholders in preventing these issues, and how can we proactively handle the issues?
Okay, so in this process, we have a lot of people needs to take responsibility. We all need to do our what's it called, responsibility,
Right.
so that we can achieve this goal of dividend payments successfully. So we have different stakeholders, their shareholders, registrar, brokers,
Right,
um
the brokers.
the brokers. Exactly. We
I
have
think
the
they play a role
regulators.
too. Yes.
Exactly. So at the shareholders end, we always advise that they should ensure they fill their dividend mandates with us. So now it's even more easier. You can fill it on your phone. Like
Mm-hmm.
there is a link for that. It's easier for you to fill.
Oh,
If you don't,
really?
yes. So if you don't want to
Come to the
come to the
office or
office
fill a
or fill
physical
a physical
form.
form,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Right.
and also ensure you update your record regularly with your
Very important.
registrar. Exactly. At the case of the name mismatch, just come to us, tell us you change your name as a result of this, then we'll do that so that the name will align with
Right.
what we have so that we can successfully pay your dividend. Then at the registrar end, data validation is very important, and which is what we've been doing for quite a while now. Like
Okay.
data, we validate our
Before
data
any payment is
before any.
made, there has to be a
Exactly.
validation
Exactly.
process.
There has
Right.
to be a validation process to know, okay, does this name align with what we have?
On our
Things like that
records.
on our records,
Yeah.
things like, so that there won't be any form of invalid
Okay.
records to us. Then another thing we can do, just like what we are doing currently, is to educate our shareholder, create awareness on claim dividend,
Okay.
and which is
What
what
we are
we are
doing.
doing
Right.
currently. For the regulators, they should also create awareness, and which they've been doing as well.
Mm-hmm.
As for the brokers, when we registrar reach out to them, maybe we have a result of dividend failed. So we reach out to them, okay, you are the broker to this so person.
Mm-hmm.
Kindly avail us
Bank
bank
details.
details so that
Yes.
we can
Or some sort of
successfully pay.
KYC for
Exactly,
customers. Right.
exactly. Because they are in charge of this data.
Right.
They can avail us so that we can pay this
Mm.
person's dividend. That is their due diligence to avail us so
Mm-hmm.
that we can delight our
And I think
shareholders.
it's also important for the brokers to be careful while collecting this information, because
Yes,
sometimes the registrars would, consume data from
from them.
the
Yeah,
brokers, and then it
through
becomes a
CSCS.
problem. Right.
Yeah.
So, oh, that's interesting to know, really. So, I mean, we've talked about a lot of things. So, why they go missing, and what are the key functions of the
Each
stakeholders,
stakeholders.
everybody's involvement in ensuring that these dividends will not go unclaimed, and the
Exactly.
steps we're taking to ensure that the dividends are, claimed by shareholders. All right. Thank you so much, Mumeenat Olabamiji, for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me
And
as
it's
well.
so nice that you have really demystified the reason why dividends go unclaimed and what an investor and other
Other
stakeholders
stakeholders. Yeah.
have to do to ensure that they claim what's rightfully theirs. So thank you for staying with us, and join us on our next episode where we'll be talking about stories behind unclaimed dividends. Till then, stay tuned and don't forget to like, share, comment, drop your questions in the chat box. We will definitely be available to respond to every one of them. Stay tuned.